Arrow, Season 8, Episode 8, titled Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 4, the fourth part of the 5-part crossover. And this episode, I mean, I'll talk about, let's talk about the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes is like, okay, that felt like they pulled everything for that battle. The big Shadow Demon, like, battle where you have Supergirl, Batwoman, Flash, Lex Luthor, Martian Manhunter. Even though it was kind of weird, like, Martian Manhunter, why are you just being your alien form? I mean, you know, it just doesn't make any logical sense. But anyway, except that, being your alien form, dude, and Oliver all fighting these demons, parademons and the Antimatter, and it felt this epic, the big epic battle that they promised, really, and it really paid off. And the emotional punch at the end, where we see the death of Oliver, and with him saying to the Antimatter, which was so cool. I mean, basically, it is the I Am Iron Man moment for Oliver, which is, you know, him saying to the Antimatter, "You have failed this universe." And I'm like, yes, yeah, that was a fucking moment. God, I got emotional. I really got emotional. I'm still getting emotional by it because I just watched it and I was like, the goodbyes. Because here's the thing, like, this episode, like, with the whole thing of the team, the remaining members of the Arrowverse being inside the Speed Force, and them going through Oliver's life, because Oliver's now the Spectre, and to restore the multiverse, because part 3 in the multiverse got destroyed, they have to go through the Speed Force and go to the first, basically the first Earth, which is this wasteland, which is basically, how to explain it? It is the battle where time started, basically. The time was time started. And I didn't know how to feel about it, because I'm like, okay, cool, I didn't get it. And then the end happened, and I'm like, oh, the ending, this entire episode is basically the Arrowverse saying goodbye to Oliver. If you think about it, it is the entire Arrowverse saying goodbye. Because episode 7 of Arrow is the team. It's Team Arrow saying goodbye to Oliver. Now it's the entire, it's the Arrowverse, you know, and it felt this emotional, well done. I mean, the only scene that didn't felt out of place, I won't lie, was the cameo. And it's the big cameo. It is a movie. It is, it's the Ezra Miller cameo, where you got it. We got it. It is Ezra Miller next to Grant Gustin in that Flash suit. And there's a little bit of humor in there. It was a little bit of humor where it is that whole thing of like, oh yeah, the Justice League, you know, the DCU Flash didn't really, he wasn't named the Flash. He doesn't know about the Speed Force. He doesn't know anything about it. There's that level of humor of like, oh yeah, this show has done the most comic booky things in that the Flash is known for. Meanwhile, over on the DCU, they haven't touched it because the movie hasn't come out, and we have only seen this Flash once. So that was kind of neat, but it did feel out of place. I won't lie. The thing about the other cameos, it did feel fluent. It did feel okay. There's a reason why we're here, versus just poof. You know, Ezra Miller next to Grant Gustin. Hey, here's a 2-minute scene. Hello. Like, it felt like maybe it was a last minute thing. Maybe I don't know. But it was cool. It was really cool. That was always like the big question. Like, could they get any of the movie actors? And the answer is they did. They got Ezra Miller, and it was neat. I actually liked him. I liked him in Justice League. I just thought the Ezra Miller Flash for Justice League was maybe a little bit too like, oh my god, this is cool. But I like how, you know, at least Cal the performance wise, I enjoy what Ezra Miller did. But yeah, well, I just want to start watching the last part to see how it wraps up. What's the battle gonna be like? That's my thing. What is battle like? Because you have like Oliver saying you have found this universe and Oliver dies and this massive pit and shadow demons, all that kind of stuff. And this episode was written by a comic book writer, Mark Wolfman, who actually is the writer of the Crisis on Infinite Earth comic. So yeah, I'm curious what part he wrote, but yeah, this is really yeah. I need to watch part 5 right now, really do.